It's Ridge Racer! I'm sure you guys remember that. The Ridge Racer series has basically been around since the early PlayStation 1 days, and over the years the series has lost a little bit of its mojo, which is why Namco has made some major changes with Ridge Racer Unbounded. Now when you think of the Ridge Racer series, the first things that probably come to mind are drifting, good sense of speed, hot cars, and amazing music. And Unbounded has all of that. It's different though, it's a lot different. This isn't your traditional Ridge Racer game. There's a career mode that takes place in Shattered Bay, and this is where you have to dominate and win all of these districts over. Now the selling point of Unbounded is destruction and fragging your opponents. In order to do that, you have to power up your vehicle by destructing things around in the environment and drifting. And once you have enough power, you can boost or ram into your opponents, which is basically fragging. The premise of the game is really fast paced, it's arcadey, and it feels a lot like another racing series I absolutely love, Burnout. The controls feel really good and they're very responsive. There's a nice variety of cars and each one handles differently, which is pretty cool. So some cars are extremely easy to drift with while others aren't. And it might take a while for you to figure out which type of car works best for your playstyle, but once you do, it's smooth sailing. The presentation is real clean cut and unique. There isn't an on-screen HUD, so instead your progress is displayed on billboards and walls throughout the course, and that looks really good. The car models and environments are beautifully detailed, and the frag and crash animations definitely give you a sense of impact. Just like other Ridge Racer games, the music is beyond amazing. There's a significant amount of value in Ridge Racer Unbounded. The single player campaign is pretty lengthy, and that's because there are different districts scattered around Shattered Bay. Now in order to dominate Shattered Bay, you have to dominate all of the districts. Thankfully, all of the districts look and feel differently, and they each have different racing modes, so things aren't really stale throughout the game. The multiplayer component of the game has just as much content. You can create your own city, which allows you to use the race creator to build your own tracks. Now this actually is a lot of fun and it's easy to do because it's based on a square grid and you can just place different squares to create your tracks. It's a lot of fun. You can also race online with up to 8 people. Now I enjoyed the multiplayer aspect of the game, but I really wish that you were able to race on the tracks that were created from the single player mode. Instead, in multiplayer, you have to race on user-created tracks, and at times that can be a little annoying. If you're not really into racing online with other people, you can still take part in some of the multiplayer that this game has to offer because you can go into someone else's created city and try to set high scores in some of the events that they've created. There's a lot going on with the multiplayer in this game. I mean, there's just a little something that everyone will surely enjoy. Overall, Ridge Racer Unbounded definitely is not your typical Ridge Racer game, but with that being said, I think this is a good change and a good look for the series. I really enjoyed the time that I spent playing this game. I mean, sometimes I did get frustrated, and that was mostly with the multiplayer aspect of the game. I mean, it was really hard to get into some multiplayer races, and that's because not a lot of people know anything about this game. I mean, they don't even know that the game is out. And there were other times where I got a little frustrated with the camera because it would kind of get off track and a little wonky, but for the most part, I mean, this game has silky smooth frame rate, it's beautiful to look at, it's a lot of fun to play, and it's very easy to just pick up and play. You don't have to be a master at racing games to get this one. So if you're looking for an arcadey racing game and you just want to have a lot of fun with it, definitely check out Ridge Racer Unbounded. I want to thank you guys for watching this video, and I'll check you next time.